Hi, my name is Melanie, and I am doing a video blog with my journey through my cancer treatments. Originally, I was diagnosed 13 years ago at the age of 31 while I was breastfeeding my daughter. I was diagnosed with estrogen negative, progesterone positive, and HER receptor negative. I had a bilateral mastectomy with immediate reconstruction and 2 rounds of adriamycin and Cytoxan for chemotherapy, which put me in the hospital, and I had to be switched to Taxol and did 2 more rounds of Taxol. My cancer was stage 2 and it did not spread. So dealing with that with a newborn was very difficult. I had a 4-year-old son at the time too. My husband was very supportive and my family and friends were very supportive with that. I strived through that, found out I was BRCA1 positive, and put it behind me. Now, this is where my journey begins. This is where I'm going to document what is behind being diagnosed with cancer and the journey and all the fun stuff that come with it. I was just recently diagnosed again on beginning of September. I was diagnosed with stage 2A, which it did not spread to the lymph nodes again, and it's triple negative: estrogen, progesterone, and HER receptor negative. So now I had my left implant removed because the cancer was actually found on the outer part of my implant, the little lump. Thank goodness for that. I had the implant removed, tissue expander placed, and I had a big chunk of skin in that removed just to make sure that they had clean margins. Then I had a Mediport placed. I have that in my right upper side. This is what it actually looks like. It's underneath the skin right here, and that's where they stick the needle. Instead of sticking it into my arm, they'll stick it into here, and that's how I get chemotherapy. So that's my Mediport. I had that placed as well. I am getting 4 rounds of chemotherapy, thank goodness again. It is Taxol and Carbotum. I'm getting them every 3 weeks. That makes me extremely tired, weak. I feel very foggy, and I'm getting the Neulasta injection as well. That helps to make white blood cells. That stimulates your bone marrow to produce the white blood cells, and that causes a lot of bone pain. I mean, significant amount of bone pain. That when I'm walking and stuff, it hurts so bad. So pretty much I am in bed because I don't want to get up and move around for a good amount of time until I start feeling better. It's usually the 2 weeks after my chemo, I was pretty much not feeling myself. And that 3rd week where I'm starting to feel better, that's when I'm able to move around and do a lot more stuff. Like this is during my 3rd week. I get chemo on Tuesday, so I'll be down for the count again. So I wanted to document this. I wanted to show what is behind the treatments, what someone goes through. I'm one of the many faces of a person with cancer. So I wanted to document my good days and my bad days and everything that comes with it. Cancer does run in my family. I am BRCA1 positive. My mother was diagnosed when she was 33. I was 14 at the time. No, I was 13 at the time, sorry. She ended up passing away when I was 14. She died of breast cancer a year later. My sister, who's 2 years younger than me, Christy, was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2008 while she was pregnant with her son. She's also BRCA1 positive. She had a bilateral mastectomy and had chemotherapy and radiation. She is 9 years cancer-free. So I'm hoping to get through this, put this all behind me. I'm doing the chemo first, and then after that, I will get the radiation to that area. Definitely to keep, hopefully, anything I can to keep this from coming back, because I did not believe it could happen. I did not believe it could happen after 13 years having a bilateral mastectomy with reconstruction, that all of a sudden that little lump was cancer. I believed it was scar tissue, and I thought, oh, it's time to have my implants replaced. It was cancer. I was very, very angry, and I cried a lot. I had to be strong for my family, so behind closed doors, it was a different me. In front of them, I was the positive, happy, oh, I can get through this me. but it sucked. I mean, it really, really sucked being said, oh, you have cancer after 13 years. Are you kidding me? I'm not crying anymore about this. I put it behind me. I am going to strive on. I'm going to get through this. And so that's why I decided to document my chemotherapy, my hair loss, my radiation, having reconstruction, all that. I'm hoping to inspire other women that, to see this, just to inspire them that to please strive on, listen to your doctors, rely on your family, rely on your friends to help you get through this. Now, the reason why I decided to do this today is because in about an hour from now, I'm going to have my hair shaved. I've been putting it off for a couple days now. It's starting to fall out. This is my hair now. Originally, when I was diagnosed with cancer back in September, my hair was extremely long, dark hair. My sister just cut it for me. I wanted to try something new. I'm like, give me a new style. So she cut a little, kind of like a wedge bob. It's very cute. Makes me look a little bit younger. So I decided to try this. It would be a little less harsh too. Instead of losing all my long hair, lose my short hair. It's really bad. I mean, I just have to more or less put my hands through it. That's what I get. This is the hard part of it, is losing your hair to chemotherapy, because it is a body image issue. Seeing myself bald is a hard thing for me. I had a hard time handling it before. Wore my wig all the time because I just had a baby and a 4-year-old, and I did not want them to see me without hair. So this time, it's going to be still hard on me. I know people or, family and friends are like, it will grow back. I know it will grow back. But it's me dealing with it. It's a body image issue. It's hard on me. The whole process is going to be difficult. I will deal with it, and I will thrive on. But it's hard to hear that, oh, its hair will grow back. That's very hard to hear. I just rather hear, okay, we're with you, whatever you need, and just more or less be there just to listen to me express my concerns. I think that's the most important part. Just hearing what is bothering me with that, and just sitting and just more or less listening to me complain. I did have my eyelashes done because I'm going to have total hair loss. I will eventually lose those. And if you can see them, I had them done by a woman named Gloria. She owns Ula Lashes in the Neffsville, Lidditz area in Pennsylvania. She is an amazing, wonderful woman. She actually has a little campaign. It's called Lash Out Cancer, where she will put eyelash extensions on and do microblading for cancer patients free for a year. And that makes me feel a lot better that I have these lashes, these beautiful lashes. Even though I'm going to lose the hair, I'll have these lashes for a little bit. My lashes will eventually start to go. She will hopefully, fill them in if she can. We'll just take it one day at a time. Hopefully I don't lose them all. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on that one. Hopefully they're glued in really good. But she will fill them in when needed, and I'll at least have those lashes. And I will have to probably color in my eyebrows because they cannot microblade when you're going through chemotherapy. So I'll have that done maybe after chemotherapy if they don't come back in full. She'll just microblade them for me. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman. Like again, Ula Lashes in Pennsylvania in the Lidditz, Neffsville area. Wonderful thing that she's doing for women. So that's my story. I wanted to kind of like get a very brief update on what I've been dealing with and what's coming and what I'm going to be dealing with. I wanted to document this because I am one of the many phases behind cancer. I wanted to kind of show what somebody, with cancer goes through, and the good days and the bad days. So this is my start. In an hour from now, we'll be shaving my head. Again, it's going to be extremely hard for me, but I have to remain positive and show that my family that that's not going to be a bothersome for me. So I'm actually having my husband do it, my son who's 17, and my 14-year-old daughter. They're going to be each taking a turn because I don't think many people have that opportunity to say, oh, I shaved my mom's head. So I'm giving this to them. My husband shaved my head 13 years ago, the first time. So this is going to be his second time. And my kids, they're each like a little upset that this is going to happen, but I'm trying to make it a fun thing for them that this is going to happen. You can shave my head. I'm not going to have no hair for a while, but it will grow back. I'm still me. So that's my story. That's where I begin. And I'll be documenting everything that I go through over the next couple months. This is my good week. I feel pretty good from having the chemotherapy 3 weeks ago. And I'll be getting chemotherapy again on Halloween. And then I'll be right back to not feeling the best. But I will thrive on. I will carry on. I'm going to start getting more motivated to try to get out and walk, even though I'm not feeling the best, to try to keep my health up too. So this is something that, well, more or less, this is my story. This is how I'm dealing with everything. I'm hoping to just show what it all means to have cancer, and what is behind it. So everybody has their stories, and I hope more people get out there and tell their stories to show how they have dealt with it, their treatments, and how they're dealing now, and in maybe a year or two from now, how they're dealing with this. So this is my story. This is where I begin, and I will be putting more videos on of how everything's been going and my fight, more or less what I call my cancer curse, since I have the BRCA1 gene, and I will get through this. So that's where I am. So that's where I'm ending it. I'll talk to you guys later.